Hello, everyone, and hello to wonderful Ikigai Live the Life to the Fullest members. Thank you very much for joining in today. This is a new collaboration with Sutra Ken June, and we decided to like a collaborative chat. And at the moment, it's titles for Japanese words of wisdom. And we would like to, for the first up today, we would like to talk about ichigo, ichie. So as some of you know that, or maybe read the book, or maybe experienced with the tea ceremony, is a key concept of the um, ichigo, ichie is. And I'd like to maybe ask you, Jun, what sort of understanding of your ichigo ichie that I know you read a lot of book about Japanese history and culture and you started sharing with us. What's your view on ichigo ichie?
Ichigo Ichie to me, firstly, I remember the words often used for tea ceremony. Japanese tea ceremony often like to uh, connect the concept Ichigo Ichie to the tea ceremony, and also often Zen philosophy quoted the Ichigo Ichie often. Ichigo Ichie means directly meaning is uh, one meeting, one moment, like more like
Yeah.
basically the focus on the present. I mean, focus on now, or like don't think about the chances. It's never happened. It's more, I think, the kind of original reason. But to me, Ichigo Ichie quite have deep meanings and variety depending on that situation. So in the tea ceremony cases, more talking about the focus on the moment you're having the tea ceremony, not only the tea ceremony, but also the people you're serving or the tea you're making, atmosphere, all moments, because never happened again. So that's why I focus on end up you facing right now. That's kind of I think that's why I feel ceremony like to use that ichigo. But my it's more like a uh, my life. I like the idea of ichigo because end of the day, right now, what currently exactly right now you're talking to now, this is a reality in a way. So past was I can't touch anything because already past. Even future, I can be prepared for it, but basically, I can't do anything about the future. One of my favorite philosopher, um, forgot. I think you know the American. Who is it? It's always forgot. American
The Wayne
philosopher.
Dyer? No.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Wenda. Yeah. He said in the book, there's two things you can't control. There's basically two things. Don't worry about it too much because you cannot control over it at all. That is regret and anxiety. Because regret is based on past, anxiety is based on the future. So whatever you, for example, regret, why did I do this? I shouldn't do that, blah blah blah. Because everything basically talking about regret. But you can't do anything because already passed. Same with anxiety. Uh, if if I become diseased, what can I do? If I lose my money, oh my God, what can I do? sort of anxiety as well. If you think things over and over, but you can't change that. That's why he said, don't worry about it. Regret, anxiety, basically, don't think about it because it's no worth of thinking because nothing changes. That's quite true, but still, even now, sometimes I worried about it and I regret when it's past, but it's always good to come back to focus on now because now is on the moment I can control in a way. Well, most of it, especially like a natural, spiritual things or my emotion, I can control, right? It's something bad feelings, but it's depending on how I think. I can still be stressed out about what's happened, or maybe forget about it. Just to change to more positive direction. I can control it, but about right now. So ichigo ichie kind of to me sort of same concept because now is a only moment of my life, never come back again. So it kind of reminds me of the Wayne Dyer's that word.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. Definitely the philosopher. He was a medical doctor, but he definitely influenced a spiritual way. Yes, he's wonderful. Thank you for talking about Ichigo Ichie, and then as you know that I do tea ceremony, and I start reading about because we decided to talk about Ichigo Ichie, so I start reading about a little bit about Sen no Rikyu,
Mm.
and he was the one that of the basically create this tea ceremony, and he was following the Buddhist Zen philosophy. And one of the site I was reading this morning, and Ichigo Ichie, exactly what you said. The one time while meeting, that we treasure the moment each time. But also, the teaching from Sen no Rikyu was do the same thing every time repeatedly. Doesn't matter your ability, even if you know everything, you just repeat everything. So when I read that part, I thought, oh wow, he's so dedicated. He was a very dedicated person, Senoriku. And it's sort of it's might be a little bit off the track with the Ichigo, but repeating the same things to dedicate yourself. I think therefore I don't know what to say, but you will sort of make a special moment. Therefore, you spend the time with the other person, become more ichigo ichie. That's sort of how I interpret it myself. But
Yeah.
yes. Also, I wanted to say one more thing. I was looking at ichigo ichie. Did you know the Forrest Gump movie? Many years ago. When they released in Japan, the subtitle was Forrest Gump Ichigo Ichie, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
true.
know. I thought I wanted to say this with you.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, that's very
I
true.
thought I thought you might like that because I thought, I didn't
Mm.
know that.
I saw Forrest Gump when I was uni student, which is 1990 or 1991, something like that. So it's
Yeah,
like 23 years ago, isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah, not 23. No, 30 years ago.
Probably, yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I
my God,
believe
32 years ago.
yeah,
Yeah,
I believe
I saw the movie in the movie theater in
yeah,
Tokyo.
yeah,
And yeah, strongly remember that movie was quite went well
yeah,
in even Japan. And yeah, that's why Ichigo Ichie is subtitle. Remember
yeah.
that.
So you remember that now.
I don't remember the story now,
Yeah,
but it's basically he's very honest person, isn't it? And he
yes,
just
yeah.
do whatever you think is interested in, keep doing this. That end up he like very involved in very famous moment, stuff like that, isn't it?
Yes. I think
Yeah.
he has a sort of like a autism spectrum. He was a little bit different to other people.
Yeah, yeah. That's right.
And then he sort of went on a journey. He fell in love with his lady, but I think he ended up he's become they married, but I think she passed away, I think.
Mm.
But along the way, she met a lot of different type of people, and I think he embraced it. Basically, I think that's how I understood the movie, and I thought, oh, Ichigo Ichie is subtitle. I think that's perfect.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Well, you mentioned before the Forest Gump. You said, Senator Rickus said that just to be repeated. Um, I'm quite. My understanding why he suggested whatever anything like a try. I mean, repeat that method. Um, I think it's kind of like a same as meditation. Sometimes we struggle with our self-consciousness. Sometimes like I don't want to think about it, but feel like bad memories or something when I remember the bad experience. For example, when I'm working and some colleagues said bad things on you and you feel bad, but still remember that it. I want to forget, but keep coming things. So that case is, I think sometimes we need to stop self-consciousness, I would think. So meditation is good method. Basically, sit down, starting of breathing things. Then when I maybe first moment still bad experience, bad memory coming attacking the brain, but once I'm getting into the meditation, suddenly something is gone, then I focus on more like positively or about my inner self. So this is exactly, I think, Ken Riku said that. It's something like a format. In Japanese was kata, like a pattern. So sometimes when you into the pattern, the method, whatever, sometimes we can stop our self-consciousness.
Mm.
And also some pattern which being used a long time, it's like a tea ceremony. It's obviously people, many people who has a fantastic knowledge updated the procedure. So that procedure is very, in a way, like an accumulation of people's knowledge or people's experience. So just simply when I following that procedure, automatically I can learn many information. Sorry, is that okay for the airplane time? Okay.
Say it again,
So,
sorry.
yeah, airplane sound.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Okay.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
So, but often we think always we asking the reason. Say, okay, June, just to do pattern. I might say, why? What's the effect? What's the reason I have to do that? Right? Then, okay, if you don't know reason, don't worry about that. Then I lose the chance for learning a lot. So in Japan, maybe you have heard of it, especially like a chef or cook, that the word. Basically, you should steal when you're watching. When I first time hear that expression, I really think sort of old system. It's like a sort of feudalism. It's like oh, no one told me how to do it. Basically, I have to steal for technique by watching it, which is like a very old style. But now, it doesn't mean I agree with the idea, but that is showing, end of the day, if you have something, try to find it by yourself. Otherwise, you will not get your own idea.
Mm.
So that means, of course, yeah, some part of it maybe you will be educated or trained, but it's never stop. Like once you train, you always also try to look in the situation and try to. I don't like the expression steal, but try to find something to environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a very that's why sometimes it's observing is good and also just follow some technique like pattern. For example, if you work for some Japanese restaurant, okay, here is a couple of rules. You have to clean your knife first. For example, I might do that. Okay, I do it. But if I say why do you have to clean the knife? Blah 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 blah. Maybe okay, don't worry about that. Then I lose something special. You know what I mean? It's quite a Japan traditionally when you belong to some groups or jobs, lots of sort of kata, which is like a um, pattern or rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why
Yeah.
we kind of originally, yeah, just okay, do it first. For example, when you do the tea ceremony, lots of rules or
Yes.
but anyway, most people just do it, right? Not complain, but why do I have to do this? Why do that? Do that? It's more like okay, just do first. Then when you're doing this, maybe you're catching the reason or whatever. That's kind of very very Zen and also
Yeah.
very Japanese cultural thinking.
I agree because I think you summarized very well because I was talking about this do, I do Sado
Yeah.
and Aikido.
Mm.
Both it's got with do in it. And I don't know why, but like last couple of years I've just sort of drawn in myself into something with the do. It's like you say,
Mm.
or pathway or method. And as you said before about the sensei teacher, um, in fact, that I was on the weekend, I was on the at the workshop with the Aikido sensei from Melbourne. He has a Shihan, so he's a very experienced teacher. He's an Australian person. He learned Aikido when he was 14 years old in Japan. Judo, Aikido. He
Mm.
did the Urasenke. So he probably, previous life, he was probably Japanese. But
Yeah.
anyway, he said the same thing.
Mm.
Just watch
Maybe it's
me.
better a little bit explain to the viewers, maybe especially Australian background people don't understand Do. So
Yeah.
Do is a which the Mayumi mentioned. Do is um, the coming from kanji means road, isn't it?
Yeah.
So often Do is very important sort of philosophy, I reckon. As you Mayumi said, Sado, Kendo, Judo, most of like Japanese cultural activities puts the do of something. So then do is literal meaning the road. It's more like my understanding is like there's a road in front of you and there's a ahead something sort of a purpose or kind of goal. If you want to um, study about tea ceremony, which is the final goal is ahead to the road. That's why tea ceremony and the road, which is sado, means never-ending story. So basically, you just want to keep straight. That's kind of the idea of the do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just explained with
Yeah, thank you.
maybe
Yeah, I think
some
you
people, what?
summarized well.
Do is Japanese word.
It's like I think Australian people are, the viewers probably familiar with dojo. So do is the do that
Ah,
you
okay.
mentioned.
Yeah,
Jo is
dojo.
the place. Yeah,
Mm.
dojo. I think some of the groups, even English speakers or non-Japanese group, they use dojo. I came across that. Yeah.
And Chinese was actually Tao. Tao is Do.
I didn't know that. Awesome.
Yeah, Tao. Taoism is basically ichigo. So it's, I think not exactly the same, but it's definitely some influence each other. Taoism and the Do and yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Mm.
Well, Jin-san, I think what shall we talk about next week? So we started off Ichigo Ichie, my favorite word, and we used this word when we did the event together in April and July. So
Yeah.
I always wanted to talk about Ichigo Ichie, and we talk about a bit of Zen, philosophy, and dojo, do. That's awesome. Is there any?
Oh yeah, if any from viewer, especially want to know something, and we can answer, you're welcome to any question or what is this
Yeah.
or how you gonna practice yourself in the Cairns or and that's more interesting. So if any question or
Yeah, sure.
interest,
We can
yeah,
definitely
please let us
suggest it
know.
on the
Yeah.
group. Yeah,
Mm.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I can put on the post on the group. But some people probably just have no idea because they join as Ikigai, and then we sort of expand into like a Japanese culture, Japanese words as wisdom. So if you were to maybe pick the word that we chat about, what would you choose? Do you have any sort of favorite word for you?
Um, you know, I'm quite easy person. So,
Easy person. How about Kisako?
yeah, it's okay.
So maybe we can expand it on the next chat.
Yeah, okay.
So I
Unless
would like,
unless any not question
yeah,
come in.
sure,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, we would like to make it more interactive, but I think if we just started, I think people, what's going on? Looks interesting, but not too sure. So I think a continuance I find it probably important.
Mm.
If you are happy to collaborate, I will be very appreciated. But yeah, definitely, yeah. Hopefully, there are more that questions coming in the future.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that'll
Of
be
course,
great.
we just started, so
Yes,
needs the time.
exactly. Yeah. So, Jin-san, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I appreciate that you share your wisdom, your experience, and I find that you are very knowledgeable.
Well, not really, but I just I'm living in Australia now 26 years. That's my sort of strong points.
Right.
Just experience living here and study about Japanese culture. I'm very interested in sharing Japanese philosophy into Austrian lifestyle.
Yeah,
That's me currently doing this. So
same. Yeah. So
yeah,
I
I
think,
mean,
yeah,
yeah,
definitely
that's
we
very
are on a
good.
perfect platform because a lot of non-Japanese speakers in the group,
Yeah,
and I think they're interesting. We could even talk about kotodama. That's your uh,
yeah.
specialty because I think
Ah,
people coming into to join the Ikigai group, I have a feeling probably
mm,
Ikigai was maybe just click with them. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm not promoting the group,
oh yeah,
just joining. So yeah. Well, I look forward to the
yeah.
future collaboration, Jun-san.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。またよろしくお願いし
またよろ
ます。
しくお願いします。